Hey guys, this is day 135 of startup. So the role of a founder in an early stage startup is not to build business. If you're planning to raise funds, if you're planning to build a VC backed company and not a bootstrap business. So by early stage, I mean very early stage, like first few months, maybe 5 months, 6 months. So what is then the role of a founder if it is not to build business? What I said may be a little shocking to hear because I think most people believe that startup is about building a product and then selling it and then raising investment to sell it faster to make it grow faster. So yes, that is one view, but I do not really fall into that view because in the past I've seen people who raised funds much before they were able to build a product went much more ahead, and even if they failed they have good stories to tell. They built something, they had many employees, they raised multiple rounds of funding. But I myself went into the bootstrap mode, and I just regretted that. So I may be an exception, but I regret it because that will be a different story, by the way. So for me, this time I have decided that I want to build a VC backed company, and it is 100% clear in my mind that that will be the future. So right from day one or day zero, whatever, I want to continue having a fundraising strategy. Okay, so if the role of the founder is not to build business, then what is the role of the founder? So I think if you see, like, if you are on a funding track, and what is the funding track is like first you raise some pre-seed money, which will be around $200,000 to $500,000 range. Then you do something more, and then you raise next round of funding, which will be called a seed round of funding, which will be from 500,000 to 1.5 million dollars range. And then you'll use seed funding to do something, and then you'll have a series A round, which will be probably 5 million to 10 million dollars of investment. So if you are on this funding track, so you will always raise funds every 6 months to 1 year. And what you do in these, like between raising these funds, like between these funding milestones, is not build business. So I'm in a very early stage, like pre-seed stage, and I know the things that I want to build, and I'm trying to pitch to investors, and the things and the way I want to sell it, it is going to require a lot of time. It will require a team that no way I can do alone, and no way I can do even with $150,000 of investment. And this is the same story for pretty much most of the startups I see. Then if the business cannot be built, then what what will be the founders doing to raise these funds? And I think, so here is the answer: the role of the founder is to prove that business can be built. So proving that business can be built is a different thing than building a business. So building a business will require a lot of activities that you have figured out to run them, to reap the rewards. But proving just means that you prove that you can do something, but do not need to continue doing it. So if there are just two founders, then we can figure out like how to get customers, and then we can move our attention to product, and we do not need to really rack up more and more customers, because once we have proved that this is how it can be done in the future, we have shown some sample, then we can move on to other things and just prove all the areas of the startup where there can be risk, because so that you can tell a story to an investor which is very believable. So yeah, instead of building a business, you need to build a set of evidence on the biggest risks and how you'll eliminate those, and evidence on the opportunity. And those are the things that are more important than building a business. But as there's a catch here, the only way to be 100% sure that this product, this idea will work to some extent, is by having at least one customer. And to have that one customer, you have to have some product. and some sales strategy. So it comes down to like almost building a business. So it's tricky, but it definitely helps to keep these two things separate: building a business versus proving that this business can work, and focusing fully on the second part, proving this business works, and think of all the creative ways to shortcut this proof without actually trying to build a business. So that's what I'm trying to do. Let's see how it goes.